Shout out to Morgan, who's always so good to me in that house.
And Vince was looking at that key very, very lovingly. Hello, everybody. We've got more Big Brother 27 gossip to spill today because it seems like as much as I give crap to the Vince and Morgan shippers, they are the group that keeps on giving. Last night, Vince put up an unboxing video and he had some interesting things to say, but especially when it got to a certain point in the video, he finally talked about Morgan. But then after that, those big investigators in the Vince and Morgan shippers found out that in the middle of the night, Vince finally followed Morgan on social media. And so the question of will they or won't they or have they already been talking that we've been talking about for over a month now since the game ended, they know how to get us talking, and I honestly appreciate it. Let's start with the Vince video. He started the unboxing in his egg punishment costume from the season, which was funny. And he had this video edited by Turner from Big Brother 24, who was just on The Amazing Race as well. One part of the video that I found funny was Vince still regretting putting Lauren up on the block that week when he was HOH.
One of, if not my biggest regret in the entire season, is putting Lauren on the block.
Even though he knows she probably would have went home in the double eviction anyway. But to me, this is at least Vince learning the lesson that he just played too sloppy. There was too many promises he made, and not enough went into thinking about the jury vote for his social game in what is essentially a social game. Like I always preach on this channel, it is a social game. But later in the video, the most entertaining part of the video is when he's going through the box and he gets to the one vote for him to win the game in the final two.
Aww.
And who cast that vote for him to win? Why, it was Morgan, of course.
Shout out to Morgan, who's always so good to me in that house. I would have voted for her to win, too, for the record, even if she cut me at final three.
And Vince was looking at that key very, very lovingly. And he had some really warm, positive things to say about Morgan and how good she was to him in the house. And those Vince and Morgan shippers, as much as they piss me off when they're attacking Ashley, they do make me laugh a lot. One of the posts I saw on Twitter after this was asking why Vince was giving fuck me eyes to Morgan's key and wondering if they've been doing it on the regular since the game ended. And that's always been our speculation. Not necessarily that they've been doing it since the show ended, but are they really not talking? Has Vince really just ghosted Morgan for the last 7 weeks now? If that is the case, if he really did ghost her, he now officially did follow her on social media, which makes Vince and Morgan shippers think that they are going to have conversations now. And we'll see what comes of that. That is one of the most interesting things going on in the postseason, because the shippers do want some closure, and now maybe they will have some sort of closure with Vince and Morgan. I mean, Vince and Morgan really were the feeds that final month of the season. I have been speculating the whole time that they have been talking the whole time, and I still don't necessarily think that's not the case. I do believe that that still could be the case, and this has just all been a show for good PR, so that Vince could have his conversations with Kelsey, so that could maybe end on a good note, positivity for both Vince and Kelsey. But then Vince is going to slowly transition into a relationship with Morgan. I only have this speculation because of all their late night talks about all these options and how they were going to have a conversation in October. It's now the middle of November. Did they not have a conversation in October? And are they finally going to have a conversation in November? Or have they been having conversations the whole time? Either way, I do have fun speculating about the stupid shit. I really do. I can't help it. I do want to end this video talking about Mickey, though, because I've had a couple people message me on social media regarding Mickey. Now, I do want to say one of the messages I couldn't read on Instagram, whoever, if any of you are the person that tried to message me on Instagram, I don't know if it's because we weren't following each other or what, but Instagram marked your message as spam, and I was only able to read a little bit of it from the, like, Instagram telling me I had a message. But in that message, it seemed like they wanted me to defend Mickey when it comes to the Mickey and Ashley problems. And I just don't know if I can sit here and defend Mickey in that situation, because I really don't feel like it is my place to do that. And also, Ashley has her own reasons for feeling the way she does about what Mickey said in that interview about how she was the only traditional black woman. And I've posted all of Mickey's responses to that, saying that that's not what she meant, and saying that she said that she felt like she was the one being stereotyped the most for the black women in the house.
In my video that I made, where I basically just made sure that I clarified the meaning behind what I was saying, no way, shape, or form was I taking away from anyone's blackness or even trying to target or specifically mention anybody. I could easily drop names about the people who obviously created the experience that I had, but I choose not to, just because I don't think that's very relevant.
Now, before I go on with this, I want Mickey's words to speak for themselves. I'm not going to defend her. I'm sorry. It's just not my place. However, I want to preface this by saying, if I had to choose who I want to see on another reality television, Mickey would be at the top of that list. It would probably be Mickey and Ashley. As entertaining as it would be to see Vince and Morgan in the same show again, which I do hope happens because it would be great content, Mickey is so cracked as a person and as a player that she's the kind of person that makes for great reality TV. So if I have the option to see Mickey on The Challenge or on The Traitors, that is definitely what I want to see, because I do know she will give us some kind of mess. I really do see that. Now, in saying that, I can't defend the shit she says on social media, because to me, it doesn't line up, which is the biggest reason why I can't defend Mickey in this situation with Ashley. What she has been saying since her traditional black woman comment got her in this drama in the first place doesn't make sense to me. She first says that to Taylor about the traditional black woman thing. She has since came out that she meant that she was being stereotyped, the most stereotyped black woman in the house. But when she said that, she basically was alluding to the fact that other players in the game were stereotyping her. And to me, saying that there was white players in the house stereotyping her, she's not going to say names, but that's essentially what she said. But then in one of her recent lives, she is naming all of the people that she has talked to in the cast since the game ended. And it's all of the not black players.
Who do I talk to from the cast? I talked to Zach, Jimmy, Lauren. I've talked to Rachel. I've talked to Zay, Adrian, Amy. I've talked to, who I'm missing? I've talked to Keanu. I've talked to, I'm missing somebody. Oh, Kelly. I talked to Kelly. Yeah, I mean, everybody that you think I talked to.
She hasn't talked to Will, hasn't talked to Ashley, hasn't talked to Morgan. And to me, that's very strange. Those were some of the people she was closest to in the house. And then if she's going to come and say, well, the white players stereotyped me, why is she still talking to most of them? Now, she didn't name Riley either, and I don't think she named Ava. So I guess you can maybe assume those were two of the people stereotyping her in the game. To me, though, the people she's not talking to are the people she's most bitter towards for whatever reason. So yeah, to me, Mickey's words don't line up. To first drop that she's the only traditional black woman, which is a shot at Morgan or a shot at Ashley. But then to say, well, that's not what I meant. I was the stereotyped black woman. And And she's saying that in defense of her last words, which makes me think she's not talking about Morgan or Ashley, because she's trying to defend herself in what she said against Morgan and Ashley. So she's likely talking about a white player or white players, but now those are the only people she's talking to after the show. So what is Mickey's real issues? And if you really watch her lives, they're pretty hard to get through, because do I think that fans are probably too harsh on Mickey? As I said, I would love to see her on reality television again. But she doesn't help herself, because I feel like on her lives, she's just bragging a lot about her life. She's one of those people that really wants you to think her life is just perfect and great, and everything is going so awesome and so good. She's bragging about the type of car she drives, all these parties she's going through, all these people she knows in Atlanta. But anyone that watched the feeds knows how much Mickey lies, and has lied on the feeds about doing this bragging about what she has. I mean, the T-Core hat is obviously the biggest example we've talked about. Just unnecessary lies to seem cooler than she actually is. So Mickey has issues on social media. I want to feel bad that she still gets some shady comments, some shady questions during her live. She's not getting a lot of support on Twitter or even TikTok, really. But I do feel as though she does that to herself. And the fact that she's not talking to Will, Morgan, or Ashley after her traditional black woman comment is odd to me. And she's the one that has to fix it. And also, the Ashley and Mickey problem, she's like a decade older than Ashley. She's the older person in this relationship. If she wanted to fix it, she would be the one that has to fix it. I don't think that is Ashley's problem to fix. But I feel like they both feel that it's okay that they don't have this relationship outside of the show. But Mickey has always moved weird with this whole situation, and I don't think she's doing herself any favors. So I'm sorry for those of you that messaged me wanting to defend Mickey. A, I don't feel like it's my place. And B, the shit she says doesn't line up. And the fact that we know that she does unnecessary lies from the feeds doesn't make me feel any better about wanting to defend her. But what I will still say is I do hope to see Mickey on another reality TV show, because she is the type of mess I like to watch on reality TV, even though it was getting very hard to watch her on live feeds because she was being so dumb for a while. But these other shows don't have live feeds, so I don't have to worry about that. I can just worry about her being messy on another TV show.